Merry Christmas everyone and welcome back to the channel. Now, in case you can't tell, in case it's not obvious, I am rather in the Christmas spirit, let's say. I am not ashamed to say that Christmas has taken me by storm and I am feeling Christmassy. You know how I said I'd let you know if I'm feeling Christmassy? Well, I'm feeling Christmassy. In today's video... Oh, sorry, 1 second. What's that? I'm feeling Christmassy. Yeah, I already know. Sorry, talk to you in a minute, I'm just filming. I'm feeling Christmassy. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at 4 different card gimmicks, and I'm going to be giving my alternate ways of how they can be used, and essentially giving you 4 tutorials in one video. That's right, it's Christmas, baby, and 4 tutorials in one video. I can do it if I want to. I'm actually quite ashamed that I just went, baby, like that. I can't even repeat it. It was a moment of cringe, but Christmas just sends you wild, I think. I've changed. I'm feeling Christmassy! Without any further ado, let's dive right in. Sorry, my phone's going again. Hello? Yeah, I'm just about to get into the card gimmicks. Honestly.
It's calling me.
Before we take a look at the card gimmicks themselves, I just need to get something off my chest, because there is one thing that bothers me about Christmas. You know, while we're in this happy Christmas spirit, I want to have a bit of a Scrooge rant for a second. Rudolph, the red-nosed reindeer, had a very shiny nose, didn't he? You know that song. All of the other reindeer used to laugh and call him names, and wouldn't let him play in their reindeer games, which I don't really know what reindeer games are. I mean, are they playing chess or something? What's going on? So all the other reindeer are all making fun of Rudolph, aren't they? But one Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, ride my sleigh tonight. Oh, and as soon as he does that, all the other reindeer love him, don't they? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer is not a happy Christmas song. It is a song warning you about two-faced, lying, manipulative people who will only respect you as soon as you're popular. It is a depressing song, in other words. And now that my Christmas rant is over, time to get back in the Christmas spirit and teach you 4 incredible tricks with these gimmicks. So if I just get these out of the way. Wow, this is a look right here. This is one hell of a look. Maybe this should be my permanent feature on me. I have become the Christmas tree. I'm very happy with that. Let's take a look at the gimmicks, because this first one is very, very interesting. It appears to be a normal playing card, and in actual fact, it is a card specially designed to look like a card box. So from this particular angle right here, it looks like a card box, and I'll show you what the use for this is. Using some other Blue Bicycle cards, here is what you're meant to do. You're meant to take them out the box like so, and make the box disappear. Ooh, it's a little bit of misdirection, doesn't work so well on camera, but that is the trick. It is essentially a vanishing card box. Of course, the box doesn't actually exist because it is this card that acts as the box. Here is my alternate use for it. Instead of having the cards come out of a box that doesn't really exist like that, what you can actually do is get rid of all the other cards and just use this one. I'll show you this nice and close. With just a wave of your hand in front, you can actually cause the box to disappear. So it's sort of like Gone Deck by Shim Lim. That's the only thing I can really compare it to, where you have a deck of cards and it appears to turn into one single card. So that's my other use for it. Instead of a vanishing card box, which doesn't work so well on camera because you can't really get the double take misdirection aspect, instead of that, you can do this and it works really well on camera because the hand comes in front, changes into one card. That is my use for that gimmick. The second gimmick is one that you will be very, very familiar with because it is a double backer card, blue and red. Sometimes you get them the same colour, and here is what the trick looks like, and this might be familiar to you. That is right, that is the trick that I performed during my Spot the Camera Trick out of these 20 tricks video, and in today's video I'm actually also going to be revealing which one was the camera trick. And obviously because I've revealed that this uses a double backer, this one isn't the camera trick, so that one isn't the camera trick, but the reason I'm telling it you in this video is because this was the most guessed trick out of all of them. Most people said that this was a camera trick because it looked like a flap card trick, but because I showed the card up front, it can't be a flap card. I'm going to teach you exactly how to do this trick. And stay tuned till the end of the video where I will reveal which one actually was the camera trick and who has won the Amazon gift card who guessed it correctly. Obviously if you guessed this trick then it's not you, so if you're just here for an Amazon gift card then sorry. The setup for this trick is super simple. You take the ordinary card, and it does not matter what the back design is, and then you take the double backer like so, and you can place it either way up. Again, does not matter. Once that's down, and we have the blue side showing in this case, so if you're using the same sort of gimmick, follow along, you hold the card up like this, and this is just to prove that the card is ordinary. Some of you will now be working a couple of steps ahead, so I will just skip to exactly what's happening, and I will reveal it. So normally, the card will come down like this, and in that motion, this card here will drop away. In the moment that it touches the bottom of the frame of the video, you can drop. Now, you can change this so that it's a savant and it goes off the edge of the table, so this trick can be done live. There's no reason that it needs to be done on camera. I will now perform the action exactly as it would normally be done, but I will do it slightly too high, so I will expose exactly what's happening here. So if I step back, this is what's happening. And then once you have this card, you can place your hand in front of it, and all I'm doing there is turning it over with one hand. Just turning it over like so, under the cover of my hand. So you can just simply change the card like so, and what I like to do is bring it up to the frame of the camera like so, just to prove that it is not a flap card, because that is instantly what magicians might think. That video was pretty much directed towards magicians, so I wanted to get people thinking that this might be the camera trick. And it's a really, really visual trick. The only issue is just making sure that that card is not seen as you turn it to yourself, and you don't see the card drop down, because if you see that, then it'll be pointless. I will just perform it at the table to prove that this can be done live. So here is the table, like so. I will just move the rest of our gimmicks out of the way. We'll come to those in a second. So you have your ordinary card, and then you have your double backer, and it is a very, very simple case of displaying the card, coming to the edge like so, and covering with your hand and it changing. So it is literally just a moment. All you need is a moment at the edge of the table for that card to be ditched onto the floor. And if you want to know how to get rid of a card on the floor, I talk about that in a video a while ago called the Splash Deal. There is a method of picking a card from the floor without using your hands, so you don't have to bend down and get it. On to the next card gimmick. Don't know what that was. That was quite fun. Might do that more often. This next trick is so easy to do, I was debating even putting this in the video at all, because it does not require any skill. The only thing you will need is one of these cards, and you won't be able to tell what these cards are straight away, but they are Hoffenser poker cards by the Hanrahan Gaff company, a very, very popular gimmick. A while ago these were selling like hotcakes, and they probably still are. Selling like hotcakes. I've never bought a hotcake, so they were selling better than hotcakes. What even is a hotcake? Is it just a cake that's hot, or is it like a specific thing? I don't really know what it is. Anyway, I'm getting really sidetracked. These are the gimmicks, and what they do is really clever. If I turn some lights off, you can see that this card is the King of Diamonds. You can just about see that from the on-air sign. But if I take my phone and shine my torch like this, you will see another card shining right through it. These gimmicks are ingenious because they look like one card, and then under the light they look like another card inside them. It is a really cool gimmick. I'm gonna turn the lights back on so that you can see. The way that these cards are often used is for a pseudo switch or colour change. So you deal cards and you shine your light over these cards, and people assume what they are from the back of them, and then when you turn them over, oh, it's actually the King of Diamonds and not the Seven of Clubs, which I think is the one inside here. I performed this trick, and I performed it in that way, dealing the cards and showing people what the card is, and then revealing that they were actually switched for a poker hand. If you're wondering where the other one is, it's in my wallet, because I carry one of these with me wherever I go for a different reason. Because when I performed that trick, one of the spectators turned to me and they said, well, those cards are clearly just cards that look different when you shine the light on them. And they're 100% right. They're almost so clever and so ingenious that they don't quite hold up and they can't do the effect that they were originally intended for. At least I think they were originally intended for this use, but I use them in another way, and that is for a reveal. So imagine this trick instead. You have a card in your wallet that you display to everyone and say, this card will be really important in just a second, but first we need to select a card. You then secretly force them to pick the 4 of clubs, and you reveal your prediction inside your wallet is actually going to be not the 4 of clubs, the 10 of diamonds. And there's a little bit of a moment of disappointment as if you've got the trick completely wrong. And then you ask someone for their phone torch, you shine it on the card, and inside your wrong prediction is the correct card. For me, that is a much more entertaining trick, and I don't care if that's not how these gimmicks were meant to be used. I'm using them in that way. There we go, that is how I use the Hoffinser poker gimmicks. On to the final gimmick, and then I will reveal who's won the Amazon gift card, and it is these gimmicks. These are such cool gimmicks, and they're used often for sort of find the lady routines where you have to find the ace out of duplicates of the 2 of clubs. Here is how I use my gimmick. This is the effect. Imagine taking the ace of diamonds, displaying it to your audience, and then tearing a corner right off the ace of diamonds and giving it to someone to hold on to. They hold on to this piece of the ace of diamonds in their hand. Now obviously you've seen what the gimmick is, so you might be one step ahead at this point, but that's the effect. That's what they see and they don't question that. You then take the ace of diamonds, give it to someone else, and you open with a card trick. So you take a deck of cards, you ask them to select any one, and they pick the 2 of clubs. What a random card. Oh, it could have been any card at all. It's definitely not a force. It absolutely is a force. You force them to pick the 2 of clubs. That's how the trick's done. And then you return to the corner that they're holding, which they assume is the ace of diamonds. You take it and reveal that it is the 2 of clubs. Now, with the Hoffinser poker cards, I spoke about the fact that their original use is too obvious, and some of you might be thinking that this use for this new gimmick is too obvious as well. Surely they're just going to realise that it's a misprinted card. Well, let me ask you a question. Before you were a magician, when you were a layman, and we all were born laymen, which is an odd expression, but we were all born not knowing about magic. If you'd have asked your non-magician self what a mispipped card is, I don't think they're gonna know. No one knows that you can get cards that are like that. So don't think like a magician, don't think that they are gonna catch you out on this, because they're not. They don't think that those cards exist. I often say the worst thing you can do as a magician is think like a magician. You need to think like a layman. And for them, this is an incredible piece of magic. How can 2 cards line up like this? Yes, it does destroy the card, but it also creates a great moment for them. So don't worry about destroying your expensive gimmicks, because if it's going to create some incredible memory for the spectator, then I can destroy as many cards as I want and not feel guilty, because I know I am creating a memory for them, and that is why I do magic. That is it for this video, and I really hope you enjoyed it, but it's not over. The video isn't over, because we're now going to take a look at the Spot the Camera Trick video. I'm going to tell you which one was the camera trick, I'm going to analyse how I made that video, because there was a lot of thought that went into it, and most importantly, I'm going to reveal who won the Amazon gift card, and that will be my Christmas gift to the person that got it right. Which one was the camera trick? Take 1. So here we are, the moment that a lot of people have been waiting for. Which one was the camera trick? I'm going to react to the video, and if you've not seen it, this won't make any sense, so go and watch 20 magic tricks in under 3 minutes. That's the name of the video. It's on my channel, you can go and find it, I'll link it at the end. We're going to watch it, and I'm going to explain some of the reasoning behind the tricks, and what they were, and how I did it, and how I planned this video. Because it was quite difficult sneaking a camera trick in amongst lots of other tricks. And the wording at the start of the video, I say that one of them relies on video editing to make it work. I did not say it relies on a camera cut, and I think a lot of people were looking out for a camera cut. Some people were looking out for colour grading. If they thought a card changed colour, they thought it might be something to do with the grading of the video just being changed. That's actually none of those are true. Neither of those options are true. The video editing actually I'll show you in just a second, but it is a slight play on words because it's not your standard camera trick. Okay, so the first one is just a change. No one thought that was a camera trick. This is a trick I've done before, the gum changing. No one thought that was a camera trick. This one is a false control, just using duplicates. I think some people thought it was that, so I didn't catch everyone with that. It's just a false pass. I didn't do anything. It's just duplicates. Again, that's the gum trick. This one, some people will know, is a variation on, well, it's an Erdnase Vanish, I think is the name of it. I'm not sure, but it's a nice little card vanish. Again, just some sleight of hand with Sharpies. I didn't think anyone would think these were camera tricks, but I wanted some non-obvious ones just to throw people off. That is a colour change. Again, not a camera trick. Oreo bite trick, just a standard one. So again, these are just sort of some random ones thrown in just to put people off, just to see like, what, you know, what's this? That's a little visual card production. Now this one, this is interesting. I'll talk about this. Haha, yeah. So I'll pause right there because a lot of people thought this was the camera trick as well. Number 10, the headphone trick. This is a really interesting one because I actually did a take of this trick where the headphone bar moved smoothly across the cable as it is meant to do in the effect. This is a Tom Elderfield effect, by the way. If you want to go and search it, it is a good effect. And I wanted to do it slightly differently just to throw people off. Just to make them think it might be a camera trick, and I think some people fell for it where they thought that was it. But actually this is not a camera trick. This is just me making it go in a staggered motion just by doing the trick differently. So that is it. It's just me doing it staggered. I just wanted to throw people off, and I think it worked. So no, that's not the camera trick. Let's carry on. This. A little vanish, a little table vanish. I could have done that a bit smoother. There is a bit of a flash. This is a card vanish right here. Boom. Lovely little card vanish. Now, the Rubik's Cube trick. Yeah, some people might remember this as a Stephen Brundage effect. And it is, actually, it is that. It's not the camera trick. Number 16, some people thought this was the camera trick. This is a nice effect where the rings move across the pad and link. One of my own effects, yeah. This is the deck of cards vanish that I've taught in this video. This is also the changing of the back colour I've taught in this video. So there you go, now you know the secrets to them, you can go out and perform them. And then number 20, a lot of people thought this was the camera trick as well, because what the hell's going on here? Again, I might teach this in a video. So, we've got to the end of it. Maybe you've already sort of been processing which one is the camera trick. I can reveal that the camera trick was number 12. So there we go, yeah, it is number 12, the Vanishing card, and some of you will be thinking, what the hell, how is that a camera trick? The reason it is a camera trick is because at the start of the video I said if you were here in the room, they would all look exactly as they look on video except for one. And that is true, because if you were here in the room when I filmed number 12, you would have laughed your head off because I did it in super slow motion. In real time, I did the vanish of the card in super slow motion, and then in the edits, I sped it up. So there we go, that was the video editing that made it work. I did a trick slowly and sped it up. Because I did multiple versions of this video trying to play around with how I could sneak a camera trick past people. And when I actually did a camera trick, like Zero Zone or any of the other camera tricks that I've done on the channel, yeah, it did not work because it was really, really obvious. I trialed it with some people, showed them the video, and they went, yeah, it's so obvious which one's the camera trick. So the only way I could get a camera trick into this video was by doing a normal trick really slowly and speeding it up in the edit, thus making it a camera trick and not a normal trick that relies on other methods. So there we go, the answer was number 12. However, only one person got it right, and that one person, where are they? Let's find them in the comments, because they've won an Amazon gift card. Here they are, Jeremy Mudge. Jeremy Mudge says, definitely a difficult challenge. He actually says defiantly a difficult challenge. I say number 12 though. Jeremy Mudge, congratulations. You were, I think, the only person to get it right. And so, by default, you are the winner. I was hoping that it would be a close one with lots of people guessing, but yeah, no one guessed it until quite late on, and that is the giveaway. Get in contact, Jeremy, if you want to win your Amazon gift card. Email me, cavanboothmagic@gmail.com. The email address is right there. Make sure to email me, and I will send across an Amazon gift card. And I will be checking that it's you, so don't anyone else try anything sneaky. I know what you are like. I've got my beady eyes on you. My beady eyes, what a great pun. That is today's video. Thank you very much for watching. This has been a mess of numerous different things, but I really hope you enjoyed this video nonetheless, and I will see you in the next one. Until then, make sure to give this video a thumbs up down below, subscribe to the channel if you are new, to join me on my video making journey towards the end of this year. Got a couple of great videos coming before the end of the year, and then 2020, and I've got big things planned. Thanks for watching, Merry Christmas, and I will see you in the next video.
I think you're gonna have to be gentle. Or you're gonna have to go very slow.